Okay. Oh, there's a timer.
Hey guys.
Hey, hello. Welcome.
Welcome.
Woo! This has been a chore getting started, but finally we are here and we want to welcome you to the debut of Being Organic.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us and take a look at our intro. Hey. All right.
So hey guys.
Hey guys, so I am Fran,
And I'm Weathers.
and this is
Being organic. Yes, guys, we're a feel-good podcast and we're here.
To discover and embrace your authentic self through organic conversations that inspire well-being and bring about change.
Yes, guys, we are going to be an interactive podcast as well. So while you're here, if you guys want to, talk to us, feel free to, let us know, call in. We will be, a little bit more organized the more that we do this so that you guys will be able to video chat with us on the likes of Instagram, and other podcast platforms.
Yeah, Facebook and YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
yep.
Hopefully we're broadcasting live on all three platforms. If not, that is our goal. So you can expect to see us on our next show on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and soon to be TikTok.
Yes, guys. And also you'll be able to check out this, just the podcast on Anchor. So if you guys have Anchor, Spotify, once we start to post to Anchor, we'll be on all of the podcast platforms.
All of the podcasts. So grow with us because we're committed to bringing you authentic conversations about topics that concern you, your life as well as ours,
and our community,
definitely our community. So we want to dive in. We do have some topics for tonight, and we have been going back and forth
already, y'all.
Back and forth about these topics. There's only 3, and wow, so there's a lot to be said. So whether you want to start off with our topic, but did we have some we had some house rules or whatever we talked about? So they can comment through the chat.
Yeah, they can comment through the chat. Y'all can talk to us.
Y'all can talk to us through the chat, and then the podcast is on Anchor, but it will also show on Apple, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's good. So first topic of the night is perception.
Yes, guys.
Perception. Okay. Perception. And so that was the topic that I chose, perception, and almost wish that I didn't choose it.
Don't feel that way. Let's let's get started with where we pulled it from. So what was the idea? Where'd you get that from?
Well, I actually had the idea myself originally. It was, I just got the article today, and she's talking about this. I subscribe to Baltimore Business Journal. So I got this today, and as you can see, we just don't have the people.
Well, show my people over here.
So she has a camera off to the side. And so it says we just don't have the people. And so this is the perception of a manufacturing company.
Yes, of workers in the workplace.
In the workplace, of just the job market, I think is what he's saying. And I'm a manufacturer as well. And so I think that I shared his perception. And pretty much he's saying, hey, we have work. Where are the workers? So the perception was from the standpoint of a business.
Yes.
Small, large, or whatever. And let's just say small, because I'm a small business, and I believe he's a small business. And what he's saying is he has the supplies, he has the work, he has the accounts ready to serve, but he does not have the workers to do the job. And of course, not being a worker, I cannot empathize
Mm-hmm.
their point of view, why don't they want to work? So we did talk about COVID, right? And so what I was saying is, prior to COVID, I would run a classified ad and yield 200 applicants easy. My classified ad did not list the pay amount,
Okay.
how much they were getting paid an hour. It just said that you were paid hourly, didn't say how much.
Mm-hmm.
And so the last time I ran an ad was maybe the top of this year, I think, and it yielded zero. The same ad, the same platform, the same job. What has happened?
Well, how do I say, my perception from the article, between how do I say, the manufacturer as well as Miss Franz was slightly different, because I do feel that there are certain things from before the pandemic and especially during the pandemic that kind of enlighten people. Now today's time, and I also think it is the time too, this just popped in my brain, so this, I didn't mention this earlier, but the timing now and the thoughts now, people are not aligning themselves with that same, how do I say, traditional work format. With that COVID, I do think it opened up that work from home market. And I will say, as a person who was pre-work from home before COVID, I was trying to figure that out from before COVID. It really did show that there were other opportunities. Now, no shade, once we had died down on COVID, I went back to work, y'all, till I didn't no more. But, so I'm a person willing, to work. But everyone is not geared toward that conditioning, toward that mindset anymore. People feel like I don't have to do this. And if you've got any kind of creative talent, or if you have if you think outside the box, this actually, and I would say this year and probably over the next couple of years, is going to feel like, why wouldn't I follow my dreams right now?
Well, yeah, I do agree. I do think that COVID created an element where people started to think more for themselves than their employers. And that's not a problem. I don't know if all of those dreams have materialized into income or revenue. So my question is, why not work until or work during? But I think that mindset is so prominent that it is hindering the workforce. I mean, really, manufacturers, businesses, have not been able to operate.
But I would say to businesses, just like how do you say, the worker might need to reevaluate, their skills and what are they doing that's right and wrong.
I hear it coming.
It is time for corporate, it's time for businesses to think about, why am I so disconnected from my workers? And you might feel, how do I say, not as disconnected as, say, another, like a super, huge company that's well known. But there is something to be said about that, the diaspora from like top of corporate to the workers.
Well, and I think in some jobs that's more relevant than not. But for a manufacturer, look at it this way. Here's a company that's saying, I want manpower. I want employees and a labor force to come in. You have some companies that are saying, well, we're going to bring in the robotic. We're not interested in dealing with employees and their issues. And, we want to cut down our labor expense. We're going to bang in the robots. But you do have some people to say, we want people. So if they are not able, right, if they're not able to man their facilities with workers, then the labor force is going to continue to diminish, and it's going to go over to robotic.
Well, how do I say, that's something that companies are going to have to, decide if they want to do. But I just still feel like at the top of corporations, they are not caring the same about the people that's, even think about Amazon. A lot of people hate Amazon right now. Some people say, oh, it's the best job they ever had. What they complain about is the hard work. and the minimal breaks. Like they say that they don't get that many breaks with them. They say you get rolled up for and get points taken off.
Yes, I have
There
heard
is
about the horror
stress,
stories at Amazon.
there-
That's true.
And it's so many jobs that gotta, how do I say, I meet people all the time, and let me tell you, I'm not just judging the job market, because sometimes I think people are a part of the problem as well.
Most
But
definitely.
at the end of the day, if
Mhm.
I'm Amazon with good money, with, you know, I think they'd be giving them a surplus of overtime if they wanted.
Yeah.
I would ask myself, why don't nobody want to work for me? Every time you turn around, Amazon is always hiring right now. And you would think they would not have a revolving door on their, you know, on their business.
Well, here's the thing. We do know that it's a national issue, because I know that I've heard the issue over and over and over again from companies.
Mm-hmm.
And I have heard the horror stories at Amazon as well. So I can relate to both situations.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what's relevant, what is smacking our faces, there are not a lot of people who just want to work right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it is such an issue because of how long it's been going on. I think we all can understand during COVID, there were subsidies.
Yeah.
Some businesses were closed. Maybe the demand wasn't there. The public had not really resurfaced.
Mm-hmm.
But now that public has resurfaced, restaurants are open, and so on and so on, where are the people?
The people are not for it. Say, y'all,
Well, they need to be. And the thing is, I mean, I get everybody has to have a dream, but we are a nation that's built on. I mean, we all know that.
Well, we
You
don't
know, we
always
built
agree
this
with what our
nation,
nation
so-
is built on.
Well,
though.
that's
we
true.
don't want to. What I would say, as we move along from the perception, yep, is that, you know, there has to be, I think, a conversation that is started. I just still believe it includes the top, so it includes corporate, and it includes the worker. And at the end of the day,
well, let me just snip it right here. So this is the top. I'm a business owner. Okay. And so I'm going to put it out to the audience. I'm a business owner. My perception is I create opportunities for employment. And I'm expecting people to say, hey, I'd like to have a job, and to show up and do your job. In exchange, I give them income. Correct? So that's my perception. And I would love to understand why, or what is happening, or help me understand why people don't want to work.
That's right. So, guys, if you got questions about this, if you want to, if you want to put your input
Super easy.
feel free to go ahead and type in, so that I can, I'll just repeat your questions. You can actually log in too. So if you want to call in, let me see if I can make this. Oh, well, y'all can request to join in. So feel free to. So slowly, or we're gonna move right on.
Yeah, we're gonna move on, but definitely, if you have some insight on perception as it relates to the worker and businesses trying to hire workers, we would love to hear your perspective.
And if you're a corporate person that think your company's doing everything great, and you don't got no real issues, hit us up. We want to know how you're winning.
Well, I know that my little ecosystem of businesses, I know, are all going through the same thing, and I know they're going to call with their stories. But let's try to hear some stories for some.
We want to know why y'all don't want to work.
Previous employee,
or if you do want to work, what's keeping you from going back to work?
If you do want to work, I have a job. I have some openings. So definitely hit me up.
All right. So check our agenda. What is our next topic going to be?
So our next topic is mindfulness.
Yes,
Okay.
guys.
Awesome.
So today we're actually just gonna, focus. When we're talking about mindfulness, we want to put an emphasis on what it is. So what does it mean to be mindful? What are we doing to be that way? We want to talk about why it's necessary, and we want to talk about how to practice mindfulness. So first off, from my research and what I discovered, mindfulness is, how do I say, awareness. How do I say that allows you to experience life as it's happening? So in your presence,
Oh, okay.
while you're eating your food, we're chewing slower, we're kind of doing things to feel it in the moment versus waiting for the moment to feel right. And then I'm a boom, start living my life.
Oh, that makes sense. So yeah, so I think for me, I would say it's awareness. It's my focus to gain clarity
Okay.
of whatever
Uh-huh.
and everything that's going on.
Yes. And when I read it, it felt I guess it really resonated with me because it's something that I feel like maybe all of us did, but I know for sure I used to do it as a kid. If I was eating something and it tasted really well, I'm gonna slow it down. I'm gonna eat it
and savor it.
Look, I'm gonna savor my food. I'm probably gonna have it for a while.
Well, that's why you're so slim.
Listen, y'all,
because you chew slow. She unfortunately, I never mastered that.
She noticed it a while back, and it was one of the things that I found through the research, and I had to laugh about it when I seen it because I was like, I do that all the time. I was feeling real mindful. Another thing,
you said your grandmother told you that.
She just told me to chew your food, to chew your food.
Okay, but it stuck with you,
and it stayed with me.
Okay.
So that was, one of the things that kind of stuck out. Mindfulness also could be, just kind of staring at the sky, taking in nature, and that is probably something that I would like for, maybe some people to kind of take back from this. Is nature. I think we are getting really, really far away from just. When's the last time you looked up at the sky and really, really cloud watched? I recently kind of cloud watched, and those are all good feeling things. If you ever seen a good looking tree, and you wouldn't believe it because people downplay it so bad, but Baltimore every now and then has really good scenery for plants for some reason.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. And I got caught one day. For some reason, it was in the fall/winter. All the leaves on this one tree was yellow at one time. I got the picture, but it's on the phone that I had lost. And I literally stood in that yellow sea of leaves. Okay. And I just felt happier. So mindfulness is a cute thing. So you'll be able to Google it. It popped up really well for me. You can dig deep in your Google, so you don't have to go there trying to sell you stuff, but look for the information on, how to do it. One of the reasons why I think it's necessary.
Mindfulness?
Why it's necessary is for us to kind of just be more flexible, be more aware, and have a little bit more self-control. I see a couple instances where, sometimes even dominant people, I think they could exercise a little bit more self-control in how they deal with other people.
Well, I think that mindfulness changes. It changes at every age.
Okay.
It changes as definitely mindfulness as a child. What? I'm mindful to look both ways when I cross the street.
Barely.
Or like your grandmother said, chew your food. I'm mindful to, mind my mother so I wouldn't get disciplined. It changes as you grow, as you age, right?
Yes, it does. But I think when they're talking about, from what I read and what I pulled from the research, mindfulness is actually is almost a therapeutic behavior right now. So they're pulling it and using it. I don't know if it's all the way alternative medicine, but I think it is a part of maybe a holistic regime. Like if you were looking to do something, and be inclusive of your whole self.
That is definitely, my mindfulness does include that now at this age in my life. But, when I was your age, younger, or even slightly older, no, my mindfulness was a little different.
You wasn't taking in nature? It's like, I don't know.
Not like that. Not like that.
How do I say? We have some how to practice
mindfulness?
Yep, how to practice mindfulness.
There's an app, right, that LeBron James is partnered with. about mindfulness. What's the
Oh,
name of
yeah.
that? Calm or something like that?
Okay, I actually like Calm. I had it for a little bit on a phone of mine.
Okay.
And it was good. I couldn't listen to
And I could be wrong about that. I don't know if he owns it or not, but I
you
thought
did just throw out that information,
Yeah,
y'all.
I
Anything
did
that
think
we
he
say on
had.
this podcast, do not hold it against us. It is not liable. We are not experts. We are enthusiasts.
How about that? We're sharing. We're sharing.
Yes,
but
we're
I did
sharing.
see that he was connected
But he
with
may,
it in
I was
some
say he
kind of
very
way.
much could be, to be honest.
Yeah. But I thought it was nice, the sound of the water in the spring.
That's the
or
only one I like is the rain.
The birds chirping in the morning was really, really nice.
I don't like that. That's too loud.
Well, I mean,
that's your perception.
whatever floats your boat. Yeah. I mean, I think on a different day, some days I want to hear the rain, but some days I'm like, stop it. I don't want to hear the rain.
You're giving me too much.
Well,
okay. So I mentioned it earlier, how to practice it. One of them was the eating slow. They do have de-stress activities that you guys can look up.
Deep breathing.
Yep, deep breathing would be a good one for mindfulness. Deep smelling, so really using your senses. Like, so if you
so I have like
give me lemongrass if I get the do I get the smell?
There you go. But I have an oil.
See,
I have an
take
essential
that
oil.
in. Breathe it in.
That's nice. Okay.
Let it out.
So I'm inhaling a stress relief oil. Does
Yes,
that
and if you guys have any hi y'all.
Does that work?
Welcome. If you guys have any mindful tips that y'all want to leave with us, if you, DM myself or friend, we will get back and we will be looking to talk about you guys' responses to what we talked about from this podcast on the next podcast.
I
think we dig really deep into mindfulness. So we're gonna move along if that's okay, and you guys are feeling good.
To our last boom topic.
You know I'm coming with the
boom.
Y'all don't want to know
who stepped in the room. It is.
All right, so guys, this is fentanyl, the dangers, and I know y'all like, well, that's a big step from what y'all were talking about before. But in our effort to be, well-rounded and to keep you guys informed, it was startling to me to, be introduced to this topic the way that I was. So right now I am a MTA user. That means I catch the bus right now.
MTA user.
Anyway,
okay.
So
public transportation.
I take public transportation.
Okay.
I'm from Baltimore. So so I catch it, and right now it is an ad campaign happening in Baltimore, and it's called Go Slow, and at the height or the top of that is fentanyl, the drug. So it is, it's a narcotic, highly toxic for severe pain, highly habit forming. So the thing that has happened or has been happening with the fentanyl is that people are ODing probably a lot. I don't know if it's more than with other drugs, but it's happening at such a pace that there's literally signage and posters in Baltimore telling our patrons, the citizens here, to go slow. And they've given them some, what do they call them? Tips.
What was it?
You want to dial back?
Yeah, dial back a little bit. So fentanyl is not necessarily an illegal drug, but it's being used illegally. Is that what
Yeah.
Okay. So fentanyl was originally used for what? It's
pain, severe pain.
Okay. So it's a drug. So people who are using it are in pain or just want to feel good?
Well, how do I say that? Probably they say normally if you do the searching and you did the research, which I've seen, is that people are, they're ODing from it. So it only takes a little bit.
Okay.
So you only need a little bit. So you should not be using, a lot of the fentanyl, but a little bit can put down a horse. Like,
oh wow.
It could literally they use.
She said horse. I don't know why she whispered. Okay.
I don't know neither, y'all. Listen, I'm not used to talking all up in the camera like
all
this.
Right.
I just run, my mouth.
So,
either way,
this is a prescription pill.
I think they can get it in prescription, but more so what's happening is they're getting the illegal one. So it's being man-made as well.
That's probably connected to the to the deaths, is they're not.
But they're putting it in everything. So, and the more, and if you guys know more, feel free to chime in too. We want y'all to talk to us.
We want you to talk to us. Well, I guess the biggest issue is why is MTA, or rather, what is the advertisement that they are promoting around?
So the
fentanyl?
advertisement, or what they're telling, asking people to do is to go slow and to be safe. So they've got some tips, some helpful tips on not to harm yourself.
So what they've recognized is people are going to use it. People are using it so much, so we might as well help them to say, don't kill yourself.
Because not only that, the word on the street is not that much of the regular drugs on the street anymore. So almost anything right now could have fentanyl in it.
Oh, so wow.
They're saying heroin, cocaine, they're saying they all could have fentanyl. Yep. So if you don't know, or you're not buying from someone that you always do, you are putting yourself
at risk.
Yep.
Wow.
So
that is like any drug, there are some dangers. It sounds like there's an extra layer of danger surrounding fentanyl use. But what are some of the tactics? Wasn't there like a emergency drug to kind of combat overdose?
So I'm pulling it up right now. I got the drug. So one, they're saying to carry naloxone, and what it's supposed to do is bring you back.
So
they say, I'm listening.
No, I was just getting ready to say, did that ad speak about the saving drug?
Different, okay. It mentions all that. They got about 5 different things. So they're telling you guys to select the right type. Oh, that's for the Narcan. So they're talking about the Narcan. So you got to look for the Narcan for the
That's pretty serious, though. I mean, it's to the point now where they're advertising it on the bus.
Bus.
We never had. I don't even think we had. Not that I remember when I took the bus in school. I don't think there were any advertisements inside the bus. The bus was always wrapped with something.
You mean like MTA having it exposed like that?
Well, when you saw the ad, was it inside the bus?
It was on the bus, so like an advertisement, outside. And then there's also like how you'll have a logo stand. It's on the logo stand.
Okay, I'm thinking it was while you were riding, but so they're actually driving through the city promoting this message. Hey, this is how you use fentanyl,
and how you can
slow down because you're going to kill yourself. That is serious. That is like a strong public health announcement.
Yeah, it's everywhere. And so when I seen it there, I was like, I don't know how Miss Frank gonna feel about it, but I feel like we probably need to at least mention it.
No, unfortunately, I have lost friends to drug use, and it's a devastating occurrence to a family. It's a loss of life, but you always feel like there was something that you could have done. There's some kind of way that you could have reached out. I know I've seen friends go through it, and I've experienced myself, and you do have that overwhelming feeling. What didn't I do? So I guess in that regard, should we applaud MTA?
Well, I actually do, and it's probably more an applaud to the city, right, and the government, because this is probably
health officials.
It's probably them, so
that are putting the announcement out.
That announcement out. So yeah.
You always wonder if that's enough for them to take heed. I'm sure that there has to be another level of.
Well, the thing that I didn't want to mention it, but a lot of the youth are doing a lot of the drugs right now. So I don't like to say this because I don't want nobody to feel away, and I'm not coming for nobody. But growing up, the strongest thing that we and the age group that I'm talking about that I would have tried from 15 to 25 would have been around, marijuana. I've never wanted to do more because I was born in the 80s. So we grew up during the crack epidemic, you know. So we grew up, and please do not judge me, but we grew up with a lot of addicts. That's not really the name that we called them, but we grew up seeing them, and we didn't want to be that. So not to say that we did everything right.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't do everything right, but we definitely did not want to, you know, we ain't want to see ourselves that way. So what I note to me these days, everyone's doing it, and I can't believe that a strong drug like that has the young people in a grasp like it does.
You're saying. Well, I mean, I could say the same thing for heroin. You know, I watched, being a child of the 70s.
Okay.
We watched our neighborhood just, you know, be overrun and overtaken by drugs. And to go to that from where we came from was such a day and night experience. It was devastating because we had never seen anything like it at all. So we literally had Mayberry for years. We had Mayberry in the city. Yes, we did.
What is
Oh,
God, don't worry about it.
She don't know nothing about that. But you know what we had Andy, okay, and Mayberry. And then the next thing you know, people started looking kind of disheveled. Not taking care of themselves. You start seeing some back alley kind of thing. Then at the same time, you know, Tyrone was coming up and like, where you get money from? And, you know, don't worry about it. I'm like, well, your mother ain't working like that. I mean, what's going on? But no. So you started seeing the kind of the
effects of it.
The effects of it, you know. And then you start hearing the stories, you know, because the effects started to grow. People looking very, you know, not themselves. Parents started sharing stories. And then you started seeing people accumulate on corners, and then the arrest. Yeah. And then finally, the deaths. Yeah. Yeah. And not just from using, but of course, just the exchange, the business of it.
Yeah, what happens.
And it became very, very devastating. Very devastating.
Yep. So we found that list of how do I say, survival tips with the
oh yes, please give survival tips.
So the first thing, I'll stick with the always carry the naloxone, and again I'm gonna spell that, y'all. It's NALOXONE, and some people call it Narcan too. So that's a word I've heard for it too. So y'all, you know, research that with y'all doctors or professionals and specialists who y'all go and see.
And I'm assuming that when they Google it online, it will tell them how to use this.
Yeah, it'll probably tell them how to use that.
Okay.
For the other one that they say use slow and use less. So that's actually the name of the campaign. It's called Go Slow
and Use Less.
Yep. So go slow, use less.
Okay.
Somebody says
that's a good idea. Or don't use it all if you can. They should have put that up there. That should have been number one. Don't use it all.
So abstain, yeah.
Abstain. Thank you. Simplify it.
How do I say? Space out doses. So I guess try not to do it back to back. You know, take some time, go eat or something, go home. Huh? That's something y'all could do when y'all outside like that. Go home.
Go home.
And they saying to test it. I'm not sure what y'all would do to do that. But you know,
how do you test an illegal drug on the street?
Listen, it was shocking to see for me. And
it come with a kit. Here you go, man. And here you go your test kit.
No, this is how you need to do it. So guys, just some things to stay safe, to protect yourselves. We all have our issues. We all have our vices. But with the level of, how do I say, ODing and different things like that, you want to be safe out here. You know, you don't want to leave yourself in harm's way.
Yeah. Yeah. I think safety first always. I don't know how much you could really promote during drug use safety, especially illegal drug use.
Well, they did it before with the heroin. You remember when they were handing out the needles?
No,
they handed out.
That's right.
They handed out clean needles exchange not too long ago. The same feeling was that AIDS gave this same kind of feeling when it came to the sexual part of it, because if we don't see those commercials like we used to see them back in the day. But do y'all remember when the AIDS commercials, they had the commercial game on lock, which
I don't know why she has joy in sharing that.
Well, because I feel like when it was more talked about, I feel like people seemed a little bit more safer. I feel like you don't hear much talking about certain things these days. And if we're not gonna hold y'all up and go over our time, but it sounds like we leading into another discussion. But whenever there's a high, like that crisis level gets high, you get more information.
Absolutely,
you get more stuff, and I'd be excited when knowledge gets me excited. The fact that I do believe we have power in ourselves to, to change the things around us. We have the power to be more safe. We have the power to, to just at the end of the day, protect yourself more. So yeah.
I would agree with that. I mean, knowledge is power. I think that we've all learned that throughout the years. So definitely, if you or a loved one are experiencing any effects connected to fentanyl, please do what you can to educate yourself on the usage. It sounds like the health department, at least in our city, is taking a stand to share some information and some tips to save lives. So that is definitely a good thing. Definitely a good thing.
All right, guys. So we're moving along.
We're almost ready to wrap up.
So what about our feel good topics? We want to just really quickly go over them and just be like, you know what?
Oh, well, I had one here, a feel good topic, Black theater.
Well, we can talk about it too.
Or we can save it for the next show.
We can save it for the next show. Perception, we'll include that this time, even though it was up and down for us, whether this is really a feel good topic. We'll put this in this way. If you are a person, looking to get back into the job force and you're not sure where to start, my suggestion, as far as in my perception of this, is to look for a place where you want to be. I feel like before COVID, there was a mindset to make sure you had a job.
Yes,
like no matter what you were doing, I just need a job.
Deep rooted.
Going forward, I would say find something that you actually are going to enjoy. Put yourself in a place where you're going to wake up and be excited about what you're doing. That way we can slowly get back into that job market.
Or partner with a company that shares your vision and your dreams.
That is the truth.
I'm not tooting my own horn, but I would say that I'm an employer who always likes to support its employees. And I think that if you aspire to be anything, if you can share that with your employer and they support it, then that's a win-win situation.
And and they value you too. So
and they value you, yes.
Yeah, we're gonna have to come back to this little topic of workplace because this making
it was perception.
Well,
it was perception,
but it's
but the thing is, and I'll speak as an employee. If your perception is that you're going to have to put your dreams aside if you take a job, that is not always the case.
That is not always the case.
Walk in the door and say, I'm looking for a job. I'm not looking to stay long because I have this goal. I have that goal. And if that works for that employer, then it works. Then it works. But just be upfront, be candid, and share what your goals are. And you would be surprised. I know for me, I've done that a couple times and I'm like, yeah, sure, it works. What time do you have? And let's work and focus, your availability around your availability.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you're a company that's unsure what to do right now, in this, what they call that, talent bottleneck. If you're not sure what to do in this job workforce space right now, I would tell a company to take a little self-inventory. People always ask employees to do that. They always ask us to channel our energy a certain place. Company, channel that energy and see what it is.
Are you talking to me?
No, you ain't done nothing to me.
Oh, okay. Don't come for me.
I'm just saying for the companies out there, channel the energy inward and see if there is an opportunity. that you might have, that you can work on that can get you back, some employees.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a little bit of restructuring, but at the end of the day, I think that a conversation has to be had.
It
Yeah.
definitely does.
So if you don't even inquire, we can never
You'll
have
never
that.
know.
We
Yep.
can't have that
You cannot
conversation.
have that.
Okay, so that was perception.
That was perception.
And then we ended. We're going to end with a recap of mindfulness. Okay.
So for mindfulness, what would you say? Because I kind of already had my feelings on it. What tips you got or advice for the people?
I would just say it's a great thing. I practice it every day.
Mhm.
I actually try to mix it up a little bit because this is a huge
Mix
work.
it up how?
Well, mindfulness sometimes is getting up and meditating.
Mm-hmm.
My meditation is sometimes prayer. My meditation
Okay.
sometimes is reading.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm mindful to take time for myself.
Okay. That's
Sometimes my schedule is really so full and so busy, and like today. But even in the midst of that, while people are just ringing my phone and sending emails, I'll say, you know what? It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I don't take 5 minutes just to breathe and think and slow down,
Mm-hmm.
my responses to those people may not be the best.
They will be short.
It may not be accurate. It may not be what they need because I haven't given myself what I need. So, mindfulness to me means, focus on giving yourself what you need so that you can then be what you need for others.
Yes, guys. And so that's about it. We're gonna, really quickly, we've got some announcements to make to you guys. So friend, I'm gonna allow you to do about 2 or 3
announcements.
Yeah, I know you got some things you wanted them to know.
Oh, okay. I just have a couple things that are coming up. I don't want to overwhelm them during our debut, but I will share
They need
that
to know.
Fran's Organic Body Care is expanding our Amazon presence. So we will have a brand registry coming up, and it is a program sponsored by Amazon for Black businesses. So I want to announce that, and I also want to offer that to any Black business that is viewing this podcast that's interested in expanding their presence on Amazon. Please send me your information here within the podcast, and I will connect you to my resource so that you can do the same for your business. I also wanted to share that we have new retail locations for Fran's Organic Body Care. One is with Bikram Yoga Works, which has a location here in Baltimore.
Spell that for them.
It's BIKRAM. And I can't look at my phone.
Oh yeah, we can't look.
Okay, so I can't look at my phone, but they have one in Riverside, and there's a third one that I'm forgetting. But I'll have all of that information for our next podcast.
What is that?
It's a yoga studio.
Okay.
Yoga studio.
Okay.
So definitely in line with the product. And then the last location is Flourish Baltimore, which is here in Baltimore on 25th Street. Nalaja Brown is the founder and the curator there, and she has brought in our products for her customers, and we're really, really happy about that.
Thank you.
So 2 new locations. And then lastly, I wanted to highlight our affiliate program, which we now have 700 affiliates, which I think is fantastic. Our new name for our affiliates are called anchors, because anchors support. And so definitely the affiliates have been our anchors so far. They've been supporting our business. This one right here is our top affiliate. And so we're going to be sharing how to expand on that every episode so that you can monetize your support as an affiliate. We have a brand new program, a brand new infrastructure that's going to just facilitate the solicitation, if you will, of sharing information with your friends and family through the affiliate program. We're going to help make that much, much easier. And so we're really, really excited about announcing that and sharing that with you in the weeks ahead.
And if you guys are super lazy and you just don't feel like doing the anchor stuff, click the link in my bio at the
and so she can have your referral.
And send me your customer.
Let me tell you,
I got that good deodorant. Okay,
she does very well to earn passive income through our affiliate program but you can do the same thing. So we will show you how we've made the program much, much better, even than when she started. And so yeah, we're excited about sharing that. And so yeah, those are my announcements.
Okay, guys. Well, Miss Fran, I feel good about this. How are you feeling?
I'm excited. I'm excited.
And guys, we want to know how you feel as well. Tell us what felt good on the show. Tell us what you weren't feeling as much.
Yeah.
Give us your
feedback.
input.
All feedback.
Yeah, we want that. We want that from you guys. We appreciate you for coming out, hanging out with us.
Yeah, and so we don't have a neon sign. We will not be getting a neon sign, okay? Like everybody else. We don't have a grass background, but we have a little greenery or whatever, but we're going to grow into being organic.
Yeah.
It is organic. So it's going to be natural, right? And it's going to be authentic. And more than anything, it's going to be original.
Yes. So appreciate you guys. We want to thank you all. Don't forget to find us on YouTube. So we need you to find the YouTube. It's going to be Being Organic, a Feel Good Podcast. I do think you might need to go ahead and throw that colon in until we get our 1 million followers. But for right now, Being Organic, a Feel Good Podcast. You'll find us there. And we're also on Anchor as well. And we're probably on pretty much all of the podcast platforms. You can watch this or listen to this later. So YouTube for the video, Anchor, Spotify, Apple for the podcast.
Yeah. And so we were supposed to have a giveaway. We're not going to have a giveaway tonight, but we will have one for our next show, which is when?
It's going to be Friday.
Not Wednesday?
No, we're doing Monday and Friday.
Monday and Friday, of course. It's Monday and Friday.
I'm here for you.
So next Friday, we'll be back with our next podcast. We will have a giveaway. And we hope that you'll join us then.
Yeah, so thank you guys. Again, don't forget to hit us up. So give them your Instagram so that they can find you.
Oh, so my Instagram is frangong.organic. Fran, NGONG.organic.
Yes, and guys, again, click the link in the bio for the Retail Solution. Everything is spelled the correct way, the Retail Solution.
Okay, so until next time, remember that listening is the best silence. It's where everything can be heard.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.